Hi everybody!
Hi.
We are in the car and this was the only chance we've had really this weekend to do a proper kind of sit down chat. So Matt's driving, so I'm going to do most of the talking, and I think this is a very eagerly awaited video because we're going to tell you exactly what happened with our new build experience, and it's a bit of a story. So as you all know, we did a full reservation on a new build property which we absolutely loved. The design of the house was fantastic. It was actually the Ashop house type by Countryside Properties.
It was beautiful.
It was lovely, and we went through all the motions. We got the mortgage approved, paid the full reservation fee. It got to the point where you have to have a mortgage valuation. So I paid the fee to have that done, and I got a call from our mortgage broker saying that they had cancelled, the survey company had cancelled the survey, and they hadn't explained why. So after a little bit of digging, our mortgage broker finally found out that it was to do with exposure. And this is the first time we'd ever heard of exposure.
It's a dirty word in our house.
It's a very dirty word. So apparently exposure only applies to new build properties. And it's basically where, like, there are loads of different mortgage companies and mortgage lenders, and they like to spread the risk on a new development, just in case anything goes wrong in the future with that development. So, for example, if a house builder is building 100 houses, a mortgage company might only like to lend on 10 properties. The mortgage company that we were with, are still with actually, had 4 out of 24 sold, which isn't a lot. So our mortgage broker couldn't understand why they were saying that they were overexposed already on site. The developer actually stopped taking new reservations with our mortgage company on the development until they sort out this issue. But basically the mortgage company is not going to lend anymore at the moment on that development, and it wasn't really an issue of even waiting because we just didn't even know if that was going to happen in the future. What most people do when this happens is they go to a different mortgage lender who will lend, who aren't overexposed on the site. For us, for personal reasons, that was not an option, so we could only use the one mortgage lender, so we were stuck. So after a lot of, well, it wasn't even a lot of debate, it's something that we just had to do. We were really upset. I know that Countryside Properties really wanted to keep us.
Yeah, they tried everything.
They tried everything. They even tried going through their own kind of mortgage brokers. It was to no avail, and basically the whole thing just fell through. So it was like a dream that just never happened. It was never realised.
But part of us feels like it was meant to be, really, because at every stage when we go through the reservation, no fault of Countryside at all, the property developer, they were brilliant with us, but at every stage there was a hurdle. Yeah. So it kind of just felt meant to be that it wasn't going to happen in the end. Yeah, and I would like to point out that the girls in the sales office were brilliant all the way through. I couldn't say anything, I couldn't heap enough praise on them. They were really, really helpful. We did get our reservation feedback in full, so we haven't lost any money, but it's just a lot of kind of heartache really. So anyway, whilst this was going on, whilst we were trying to find out what was going on with the exposure issue, for my own peace of mind, I needed to be doing something. So I went back onto one of the house apps and I found a house. You did? And it was one that I'd seen for a while, because every day I always check the property, new instructions, just because I'm nosy and I like to know what's out there and what's going on. So I had my little beady eye on this one property anyway, and it was still there. Yes. So I booked a viewing, didn't I? You did. And we went. And we walked through the door and immediately loved it. We did. It's a renovation project. It is. And there's a lot that needs doing. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about the toilet situation. Oh. So, it's a 3-bedroom house. It's a semi-detached, needs work doing to it. It was built in 1958 and it has one toilet in the whole house. It does. The toilet is downstairs and it doesn't have a hand basin. Nope, it has no sink. No. Upstairs there's a bathtub and a sink, and that is it. So that means that for all those years, the people that lived in that house, I think there's only been one occupier, who raised 3 children in that house, every time they'd been to the toilet, they had to go into a different room to wash their hands.
planning a big extension on the back with some skylight windows. Basically, we kind of want to recreate but make even better the house that we've just lost.
Yeah.
Because that had skylight windows, it was gorgeous, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And we think we can recreate that even better.
We can.
In the new house.
Yeah.
It will be even bigger. And the location.
Oh, the location is stunning.
Absolutely stunning.
You had a cry.
I actually got emotional. We went round there the other day. In fact, if you watch our weekly vlog, I took some footage of the area, not of the house, but of the actual area. There is a duck pond to the front.
There is.
To the front of the property.
And you love some ducks.
I love ducks. They are my favourite animal ever. And at the rear of the property, there is a golf course. And you've got public access onto the golf course. So from basically our back garden, I will be able to go onto the golf course and have a cup of coffee in the morning, just overlooking this expanse of land. And there's also another little smaller pool or pond on that side as well. The garden is kind of well established. It's got a shed. Again, it does need a bit of work. It needs securing for the cats as well.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fantastic house.
It is.
When it's done.
Yeah.
It's just a bit. Basically, we've done a complete 360. We've gone from a new build to having to do work on a house, which is slightly scary because we've never done that together. Although I am kind of a little bit used to it in some ways because my parents have always had work done on their house. So I know a little bit, but I've never done it myself. It's all about finding the building company. Also in the UK, because of all the coronavirus pandemic, builders are in quite short supply because everyone's having work done because no one can spend their money on holidays and that kind of thing. So trying to find a builder that's available, I don't know what sort of a job we're going to have doing that. We can stay in the house we are at now until the work is done, so we don't have to move into a house that's having work done.
No.
I don't think we could do that to the cats.
No.
Molly and Rory have already lived through one kind of extension on the house we're in now, and it was so stressful that I couldn't do that to them again, especially moving them to a whole new area and then having work done.
Yeah.
The amount of work is just a no-no.
Yeah.
We also already went to a kitchen designer.
We did.
Just to see kind of what the cost would be of a new kitchen, and she basically, on the computer, did a mock-up of what the extension would look like.
Yeah.
It's a big room.
It's a big room. And the kitchen as well. It's got everything.
Yeah, so
everything we want. It's got a wine cooler.
It's got a wine cooler, a proper full-size fridge and freezer, like one side a fridge, one side a freezer.
Yeah.
An island, a Belfast sink.
Yeah.
Integrated appliances like dishwasher, microwave, oven, induction hob. It just looked gorgeous. So you've got the kitchen basically at the heart, looking out onto where the table would be, onto where our living area would be. We'd have a separate living room as well, and we're planning on having nice bifold doors, or at least patio doors that kind of open out onto the garden.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically we've done a complete 360. We are now doing a renovation project, which we will be able to document here on the channel. So yeah, be prepared for lots and lots and lots of renovation vlogs coming up. But in the meantime, we are also still continuing showing you and bringing you new build house tours.
Yeah.
So we have a few booked in.
It's very exciting.
It's very exciting. In fact, we have some very exciting projects coming up with some actual developers. So stay tuned because we have some brand new house types coming your way. So thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do hit the bell so that you know whenever we upload a new video. So from us in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and goodbye.
Bye.